Ah!
This freaking scared crap out of me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just a key. Speaking of, are we supposed to watch a movie
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Alright. So, welcome to Saturday Night Scares, guys. And I just started this scare off by scaring the hell out of my wife. Ugh.
My internet's not working.
Mine's working. In fact, it says excellent connection.
It says no connection. What the heck is going on here?
I know, it's like role reversal.
Right?
Anyway, welcome guys to tonight's stream. We got 6 more videos for us tonight, and wouldn't you know it, we're starting with the not the oldie but the goodie, Nuke's Top 5. Oh yeah, forget. This is Saturday Night Scares ASMR because I don't want to wake up my daughter and have her start crying during the stream. That would be really bad for some reason. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My camera. My camera cord got caught in the headphone cord. Alright. So you know how this works, guys. I go through assortment of videos that I have lined up, and I make my own assertions on whether or not I think the entities are either real or fake. Hey, babe. My wife just posted a message for me. How sweet. Alright, so as I said, we're starting off with a Nuke's Top 5 video. 5 scary ghost videos to cause a crazy reaction. Ooh, I'm ready.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Following. If you're a regular viewer of Nuke's Top 5, then you probably remember Czech ghost hunter ILM and Bono Paranormal. I featured some of his previous terrifying explorations at an abandoned car factory in the past.
No way. No way. No way.
The old car factory in the city of Ostrava, Czech Republic, has been abandoned for almost 60 years after a large explosion took the lives of several workers. Locals claim that the angry spirits of the deceased workers still haunt the decaying old factory. At the end of his previous exploration, Bono fled in terror, but his viewers wanted to see more. So reluctantly, ILM and Bono once again returns to the spooky abandoned car factory. And this time, even though he's understandably very nervous, he promises his new audience that he'll do his best to keep calm and not run away from anything. But it turns out that that promise might be a bit hard to
Premature?
keep.
This room. I just wanted to check because in the previous video I ran from it, and a lot of you hated me for running from this room. I will try not to run away from anything and try and stay calm. But there's... What? You won't believe me. I just got spooked by my hair. Wow. Real ghost hunter.
You're off to a great start, buddy.
Nervous
Great
ghost hunter
start.
actually gets spooked by his own hair, but he laughs it off and continues. As he makes his way through dark winding hallways deeper and deeper into the abandoned factory, he starts to get an uneasy feeling that he might not be alone.
Je tu někdo se mnou v téhle místnosti?
A door slams shut somewhere near the frightened ghost hunter. As he tries to find the source of the loud sound, he finds an open door into a small bathroom area. Now what's especially odd is that the door to the bathroom area had been locked shut earlier, making the room inaccessible. But now the door is mysteriously open. In a later investigation, Bono carefully enters the bathroom area and begins to explore. It did not go well.
Halo? Jste někdo? I hear something, bro. Yes, please. No! Já jsem tu přišel jenom prohledávat, já jsem chtěl jenom nějaké fotky. Já tu ne... Hello?
Did you see it? When looking into the last bathroom stall, the sight of an unexpected dark figure sends Bono running out into the hallway. He assumes that he has stumbled upon a homeless person or some other stranger. So Bono calls out, explaining that he's only there to explore, nothing else. When no one answers, Bono carefully walks back toward the stall.
Hello? No freaking way. There is literally no one.
There's no one there. Later in the investigation, Bono heads to a room in the abandoned car factory, which seems to be the most supernaturally active.
I give him credit that he actually went back in there. That is a no for me.
Bono has caught several frightening unexplained occurrences in this room.
This is the room that all of you know the story of. These are the cups, and this is the closet. I'm sorry, I'm out of here. No, I'm not going. Yeah, I know I said I wouldn't run away, but in this room especially, this room is really like aggressive, the spirits in this room, so I don't want to get hurt. I'm sorry. So I also wanted to check. Oh! Hello?
Almost immediately, the door of a fridge swings open on its own, and Bono just leaves. But no matter where Bono goes, something seems to be following him.
Oh! What? Oh! Nope. I'm sorry. That was too aggressive.
The unexplained activity only seems to get even more aggressive as Bono explores the abandoned factory. It's almost as if something just does not want him there. As Bono heads down one of the dark hallways of the creepy abandoned building, things take yet another terrifying turn.
Anyway, I think there's one more room. I don't know what. One more thing that I wanted to show you.
Yeah, I saw that.
What the Hello? Hello? Heter jag då?
The sound of glass falling to the floor catches Bono's attention, and as he turns around, the same shadow figure he saw earlier seems to be watching him. So he gathers his courage and walks back to investigate. No one there. Bono basically says that he is done. He ends the investigation and leaves the factory. So did Bono capture real ghost activity on camera? Are the ghosts of the workers that passed away inside the factory angry that he has disturbed them? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can watch Bono's entire 6-part series at the Abandoned Car Factory over on his YouTube channel, ILMN Bono Paranormal.
Yeah, I would make the obvious assumption, but since this is a returning investigator to an already confirmed abandoned or haunted location, do I really need to say that it's real again?
If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Forgotten. Popular Korean ghost hunter Yoon Shawan goes out to explore an abandoned house in the middle of the night. Yoon claims in his YouTube videos that while he does sometimes film at allegedly haunted locations, he never fakes or fabricates any of the creepy activity that he captures in his investigations. But just like everyone else, Yoon Shawan can occasionally get a little spooked, sometimes by something silly.
아이씨 개 같은 새끼야 이봐 깜짝 놀라서 이 방 들어가려고 하는데 뭘 조심하라 그래 자꾸 그럼 못 들어가잖아. 조심해야지. 어휴.
Yoon Shawan completely forgets that he's using a Spirit Box phone app when suddenly a loud voice from the app warns him, be careful. Yoon gets jump scared by his own app and flies into a bit of a rage. So, one dark and stormy night, Yoon finds himself in a strange house that has a bit of a creepy past. Locals say that the house was built on top of a graveyard, and that some of the graves were never moved. Yoon has no idea why the property was abandoned, but he is determined to find out. He sets up a REM pod EMF detector at the front doorway entrance, and similar to before, he then completely forgets about it.
뭐야 씨. 아 왜? 아 뭐야? 아 진짜 씨. 아쟤 놀래서 그런 게 아니에요.
Yes, you
놀래서 그런
were.
게 아니라 장비 잘 작동하고 있는지.
You got scared of your own device, dude.
Yoon jokes around and boldly claims that he's not scared. But soon things become a bit scarier for the ghost hunter, as he wanders too close to his own REM pod and accidentally sets it off himself. So Yoon decides to use a phone app called Snow that, similar to Snapchat, can detect faces and then add a filter or mask. And things get a bit creepy.
스노우는 귀신이 아니며 참고만 하는 그런 거라고 보시면 돼요. 스노우 한번 해볼게요. 여기 이건 무시.
I'll ignore that. Well, it could have been picking up the light switch.
안녕하세요. 당신은 어디 있습니까? 분신사와 오디세이 재밌어. 오호. 저는 뭐야? 이건 뭐야? 이거 보일러실 같은데. 뭔데? 뭔데?
No.
참 있어? 오, 아, 잠깐만, 야.
There's something there.
방이 있어. 몰랐어.
Wait, did that door just open by itself?
방이 있어. 있어.
No, he kicked it.
몰랐어.
Bugs.
보일러실인 줄 알았네. 뭐야? 야, 이딴 거 죽일 거야?
오케이.
잠깐만. 씨,
The app on his phone seems to be picking up a face right in front of a closed door. When he kicks it open, he discovers an empty room. The door then slams shut on its own. Now, this could be explained away as a draft of air blowing the door closed. But what happens next is a little harder to explain. Yoon places the REM pod right in front of the mysterious closing door, and then continues to use the phone face detecting app. What happens next is truly bizarre.
씨, 깜짝이야. 야. 수 뜨면서 울렸지. 와, 씨. 이제 점점 무서워진다, 저거. 잠깐 그 앞쪽으로 나와줄 수 있어요? 우와!
Well, you asked it to get closer. What did you expect it to do?
나 깜짝 놀랐네. 오씨. 아 그래 잠깐만 나 긴장하고 있어서 그랬어. 야 잠깐만. 잠깐만 진짜 깜짝 놀라서 그래. 형님 죄송해요 소리 질러서 진짜 미안한데 개깜짝 놀래.
Again, the phone app seems to see a face right in front of the door, and this time the REM pod also detects something. Then when the door slams shut, Yoon Choo-won gets the scare of a lifetime. However, the most terrifying part of his time inside the house is not what he saw or heard. You see, earlier in the night when the REM pod at the front entrance suddenly detects movement, Yoon captures something on camera without even knowing it. Something downright chilling.
I saw it.
뭐야 이거?
I saw it.
Did you see it?
뭐야
Right there. You can see right here. You can see a spirit walk by.
이거?
Right there.
Did you see it? The door to the strange room slowly opens right in front of him, and then the REM pod right behind him detects movement. When he turns around, Yoon captures what appears to be a figure outside the house, walking from right to left. Whatever it is seems to only be visible on camera because Yoon just doesn't see it. He only discovered this creepy capture after going back through his footage later.
Now, to be fair, he probably didn't notice it because he was looking at the REM pod.
So, what do you think? Is it real, or is it all just a hoax? As always, you decide. You can check out this full video over on the YouTube channel Shaw.
That's a tricky one to analyze. Because you know. He made it so convincing, but at the same time, you know, there really wasn't, you know, all those graphics with the Wave app and all that could have been manipulated. But I have a hard time explaining the slamming door. I don't know. It's a little iffy, but. I don't know. I'm leaning towards real, but I'm also keeping a skeptical mind available about it.
Wan Yoon. Attachment. Ghost hunting brothers Josh, Sean, and Rocky Foreman from the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series were contacted by a family in Bloomington, Indiana, who claimed that they were experiencing a terrifying and violent haunting inside their home. The family claims they see the hooded apparition of a man in their bedrooms late at night, and they've witnessed the spirit of a young girl running through their house. But that's not all. Water faucets in the house turn on by themselves. The family hears unexplained talking and banging. During the night, something tugs at their blankets, and they find random unexplained bruises all over their bodies. But most terrifying of all, one day the kitchen stove gas is turned on without them knowing and left on for hours, putting the entire family in grave danger. The homeowner, Ron Hudson, believes that all of this strange
This ghost wants this family dead. That's scary.
activity could possibly be caused by the restless spirit of his deceased brother.
Okay, my brother passed away. It's been almost 8 years ago, but he was cremated, and his remains are in this box. This is the urn type thing that they put those ashes in after cremation. So that's my brother.
But the idea that it could be Ron Hudson's brother doesn't really explain the violent nature of the haunting. After all that has happened to the family, the mother and daughter, Virginia and G. Marie, believe that the supernatural presence in their home might be something much more sinister. The Foreman brothers stay overnight to investigate the paranormal activity inside the home. During their investigation, they capture unexplained figures on their SLS camera and catch strange voices on their spirit box.
I feel like it's cold.
Oh, there is something by you.
Is there? Because my back's getting cold.
Go by the bed. Oh, there it is. We can see you. Are you evil?
Now, all of the evidence that they capture is pretty creepy, but when the three brothers sit down to interview Mom Virginia, they capture something downright terrifying.
And we see shadows a lot. I'm always thinking somebody's behind me.
Looked like a shadow went straight through that brim over there. Those two sitting on the couch, and then you were sitting behind there. So there's nobody else in the house with us. So to see something walk through there, I can't explain it.
An unexplained figure is seen walking behind Virginia in the hallway. Now keep in mind, the entire family and all of the Foreman brothers are sitting in the living room at the time of this recording. There is no one else in the house. So just who or what is that? Could it be that Ron Hudson is right? Is it his brother walking towards his own death urn? Or could it be something much more dark and sinister? As always, I leave it up to you to decide. You can check out this full video and many more great paranormal investigations over on the channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series. Grave. Paranormal YouTuber and Facebook livestreamer El Payaso de la Toledo sets out to investigate the allegedly haunted Los Mochis Cemetery in Mexico. He's joined by his friends and fellow video creators Lorena Jacobo and Moonra Vlogs. The investigators head to the graveyard to investigate the alleged paranormal sightings of the quote, Lady in the White Jacket, a local paranormal legend of a ghost woman who is said to walk the cemetery. However, once the group begins their investigation and invites the spirits of the old cemetery to show themselves, they don't see the Lady in the White Jacket, but it seems they might have disturbed an entirely different spirit in the Los Mochis Cemetery. El Payaso de la Toledo broadcast the entire investigation live to his Facebook page as the three friends witness something absolutely terrifying.
Estas entidades, seres de luz, seres de oscuridad que se encuentren en este cementerio, les pedimos que se manifiesten. Hablaban con ruidos, lamentos, golpes. Queremos verlos, escucharlos. Queremos saber si están
Keep in,
cerca de
keep in
nosotros,
mind, guys, this is a live
se hagan
stream.
sentir.
There's no editing done. I thought that was a ghost.
Pasó un niño, güey. Pasó un niño, güey.
Un niño.
Pasó un niño por aquí.
Por aquí, payaso.
Sí, sí, era un niño, güey. Para acá se metió. Sí.
Investigator Moonra Vlogs blows air into his hand to make some sort of call, possibly to create energy for the spirits to use to manifest themselves. And that's when the figure of a small pale child can be seen running across the cemetery path. The creepy apparition disappears behind the gravestones. Now keep in mind that this is all being streamed live as the team immediately goes looking for the mysterious child. And that's when things get even stranger.
Alright, I will say this much about it. I'm a bit suspicious because the person holding the camera just happened to turn their camera at the exact moment right before the figure appeared. And the way it was moving kind of made it look like it was like a cutout on a skateboard or something like that. So who's to say that someone didn't just roll the skateboard? Roll a skateboard with a little cutout figure on it. Or use string to pull a skateboard. But again, this is from a live stream, so if something went wrong, they'd be called out for it right away.
¿En dónde estás?
¿Hay alguien?
Uy, uy. ¿Lo escuchó?
Sí, se escuchó.
Está llorando. No, mames. Niño. Ay, no mames, güey.
Ey, se está riendo.
Por aquí
Se
debe
está
estar, güey.
riendo, payaso. ¿Anda un niño aquí?
¿Uy? No, esa madre fue como que abrieron una reja o una puerta, güey.
¿Anda un niño por aquí? Oye, ¿no se le perdería a alguien ese niño?
When calling out to the child, the three investigators hear unexplained cries and laughter. They have no idea why a child would possibly be in the graveyard this late at night, and they continue searching out of concern for the child. But when it becomes clear that there is no one else in the cemetery, they start to believe that they might have witnessed an actual child spirit. They change tactics and start to ask the spirit to once again appear before their eyes.
Si eres un niño, si eres un demonio, si eres lo que seas, te pedimos que te acerques. Queremos verte de nuevo. Queremos escucharte.
Uy. Aquí algo tronó, compa.
¿Me estás hablando?
¿Dónde estás?
Hándolo saber.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién fue?
¿Algo pasó? Sí. Sí, algo pasó, compa.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Quién eres?
Mira, mira.
Corrió,
Aquí corrió algo.
corrió. Aquí estás, niño.
¿En dónde estás? Hándolo saber. Mira, mira, espérame. Ay, no mames. Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño, si es un niño. Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño. Espérame. Ay, amigos. Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño. Por aquí pasó, güey. Si es un niño, si es un niño.
Javier, güey.
Strange sounds seem to surround the three investigators, and again the figure of a small child runs across the cemetery path, disappearing amongst the gravestones. The team runs to find the child, but there's no one there. The mysterious child seems to have disappeared into thin air. So did Mexican ghost hunter El Payaso de la Toledo and his friends Lorena Jacobo and Moonra Vlogs capture the ghost of a restless child playing amongst the tombstones? Or is it just an elaborate hoax?
I'm 50-50
You
on
decide.
this one.
Unholy. Urban explorer Christopher Hill from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill is back on another exploration to a new abandoned location. This time he explores the First Hungarian Reformed Church in Cleveland, Ohio. Built in 1904, the church was in use for almost 100 years before it was abandoned in 2003. It has sat empty for almost 18 years, but vandalism and the elements have taken their toll on the old church. It now exists in a severe state of decay. Christopher records as he explores the church grounds, finding an old piano and a broken down electric organ. As he plays around with the dead keys of the old organ, the explorer captures something very creepy and unexpected on camera.
That's crazy. No, I heard the piano. What the Oh, yeah.
The keys of the broken electric organ make no sound, but suddenly the piano across the room blasts out a note, as if something unseen slammed down on one of its keys. Christopher is shocked and makes his way over to the piano to check it out, but he finds nothing out of the ordinary. Then a chair suddenly tips over by itself. The urban explorer has had enough and decides to just get out of there. As he makes a quick exit, we can hear the loud, unexplained sounds of unknown objects crashing to the floor right behind him. So did Chris capture paranormal activity inside the 100-year-old church? Let me know what you think. You can check out this full video and more creepy explorations over on his YouTube channel, Urbex Hill. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram there and on
Creepy. Alright. Next we got top 15s. Top 15 videos you'd better not watch. You better not watch. You better not view. You better dislike. I'm telling you why. These are scary videos we're watching. Please don't leave a dislike. That was just a joke. Alright, here we go.
Number 15. 3, 2, 1, go. A Japanese live stream video from Retro Guy Gene has caught an encounter with a stranger that is beyond creepy. I couldn't find the backstory on this video, but it looks like he might have walked up to their table or something and started doing weird things. She puts on her coat to avoid his wandering hand, but the clear signal is lost on this sketchy character. She pretty much has to happily tell him to get out of here, and it looks like things might get worse.
3 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go! Go!
No. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Where's your view?
He makes a fist and looks like he's about to do something crazy, but it's actually an awkward goodbye. Let me know what he says at 48 seconds because I sense a bit of hostility in his voice as he leaves. I get a really creepy vibe from this interaction, and so does one employee who seems to be patiently monitoring them the whole time. Who knows what would have happened in a less public area. Number 14. The Japanese Ghost Tunnel. Video evidence shows a network of tunnels in the mountains of Japan could be haunted. This place is where nuclear experiments were once conducted, a testing ground that cost some workers their very lives. Paranormal encounters were only a rumor here until March 30th, 2011, when they were validated by one visitor's vacation footage.
What? That is green screen. That is that has. This footage is screaming green screen.
A pale figure looks at the camera before walking through the tunnel wall. Although this haunting figure is something I would never want to see in a cavern more than 1,000 feet underground, I'm wondering if this is actually CGI. It looks like they used some special effects to give the appearance of the camera glitching out, and I would say the ghost is likewise CGI, except for one thing: no detail is lost when you zoom in. If anything, it looks even more clear. I'm not sure if their video of a ghost sighting in Japan is real, but it might be. Number 13. Creepy Russian
It's not. It's so obviously a green screen effect.
ice discovery. In January of 2021, Russian divers made a scary discovery while exploring the icy waters of Tobol River. The creepy things they found beneath the ice would make the average person wonder if someone has been disposing of people under the river. A forensic analysis of these objects reveals they are actually ancient animal fossils, not people. But the question still remains as to why so many different animals mysteriously met their end in this stretch of waterway first discovered in 2004. Fossils were found nowhere else, just here, almost like they were collected and piled by something much larger than you or I. Number 12. The glass is half paranormal. A man, a woman, and their dog are trying to get in some family time when a paranormal entity decides to put a stop to all of that. Their Nest home security system records a household object, a cup full of water moving across the counter with no one there. A kitchen ghost moved the object, they claim, an invisible specter that has been haunting them for years. They are glad to have finally caught paranormal activity on a newly installed camera, but I'm not sure if the evidence is the best ever or even real. It looks good until you realize somebody could be hiding behind this fish tank with a string to make it look like a poltergeist is moving stuff around, or I'm wrong and nobody's there, which is a scary thought I'd rather not have.
Yeah, I was about to point that out too. That yeah, because it's not an empty cup according to them. It's a cup full of water, so it's easy for someone with a string to pull it because since it's full of water, there's less chance of it tipping over.
Number 11, The Final Sermon. A ghost hunter named Kelly Drake goes exploring a haunted church by herself. She gets no response on her paranormal equipment and is just about to leave when she gets an impulse to investigate the main room one more time. Just then, a white light peacefully floats across the pulpit of all places. Perhaps the spirit of someone who once preached here a lifetime ago. The sighting, though bizarre, instills Kelly Drake with no fear, perhaps even a sense of calmness. She waits for it to repeat. It does not, and so she respectfully leaves. I think this place is haunted, but not necessarily in a bad way. Or perhaps a passing object was somehow reflecting light through the window, though I don't know what it would be. Number 10, Scary Things Caught on Office Cam. Paranormal video taken from a security camera in India.
The Horseman. Right here, you can see its head turning. But yeah, as I was about to say, you know, if a church is haunted, it's most likely an angel. You know, that's just at least my viewpoints. You know, I'm not trying to force them down anyone's throat or all that. I'm just giving my assessment.
Office cam.
But yeah, look right here. Look right here. You can see looks like a horse head turning and looking at this woman.
A normal video taken from a security camera in India shows a woman getting the scare of her life while working late at the office. All of the ceiling decorations begin moving on their own as passing chills creeps over the cubicles, and before you say it's the air conditioning kicking on, explain how this door slams by itself shortly thereafter. Either the ghost is leaving or more are coming in, and even if the AC was turned on full blast, it still shouldn't be enough to do this. She is scared too, and it looks like paranormal activity as she leaves, taking notice of the ceiling objects swinging overhead harder than ever as she exits. Number 9. Flash fright. A superbly spooky moment was caught on television news in Detroit while exploring an old abandoned.
Yeah, that first part though, it looked like the entity was right there and it looked like it had a horse head turning to look at the woman.
And in haunted hospital, the paranormal investigator sees a patient's chart and gets emotional knowing they've probably since passed away, perhaps in this spot, and that's when her empathy seems to spark a supernatural connection with the other side.
Like, look at this bed. This is someone's chart. Do you see my flashlight?
Her flashlight flickers, and this isn't the only time it does. More bizarre moments are caught on television as the ghost hunt continues.
Can you turn it bright for me? See that? If you're down here, can you touch the flash? Shut up.
I don't think this video is fake, but maybe there is a loose connection with the wire or batteries to make the flashlight do that. But you can't deny that it only seems to do that when she is asking questions. Maybe a ghost really is haunting this abandoned Detroit
I'm going
hospital.
to believe it.
Number 8.
I think that's real.
Surnature. A CCTV ghost video from France has the internet creeped out. 2 family members play in the hallway when an apparent poltergeist slams the door. They make sure the room is empty and go back to playing. Little do they know a dark patch creeps across the wall above them. It hangs above them and grows darker as the door to the room they've already checked closes once again. They get scared and run off, but as the older sister dares to take one last peek around the corner, she notices her toys are now moving on their own. Apparently, this family has been haunted by a poltergeist to the point where they've installed a home security system to document all of the paranormal activity. Do you believe them, or was this a fake paranormal video done with strings and editing software? I think it's real because it came out in 2016 and nobody has been able to prove it otherwise. Number 7.
I feel bad for those kids being at like the I guess the ground zero of that scary moment.
Ghost Mountain, Pennsylvania. A strange sighting was caught on camera while driving over the Haycock Mountains in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, otherwise known as Ghost Mountain. This haunted road is where evil spirits will fly up to cars and chase them away. At 3 minutes 30 seconds, paranormal investigator Cynthia has to pull over to let an oncoming car pass down the narrow path. During these brief but scary moments, a ghost sighting is caught on her video.
There's another car that stopped. I don't know what he was doing. Out here, what you're gonna see is...
Hundreds of comments from Cynthia's subscribers describe a face looking at her, despite there being nothing but darkness for miles all around. It might be a ghost, or it might be the side of her car reflected back at her in the mirror, slightly distorted
that was
from
one of
the
my thoughts
camera's
too.
light. If that's not it, then I agree it's probably paranormal. Number 6. The hard-to-see ghoul. A shadowy figure caught on camera has
That one I'm a bit 50-50 on.
given us all a scare on the Chills Narrator subreddit, posted
Leaning more towards car reflection.
by Hottest Closet. This video looks like nothing at all at first, but by the time you see it, it's already seen you.
I was about to say,
A
is
tall
that it
hooded
right there?
figure is barely visible in the corner of this home security video, and nobody knows what it is. In fact, a lot of comments say they don't see anything scary in this video at all. But I definitely can, so don't worry. I appreciate the post, and I've got your back on this one. Actually, if that creepy figure is really behind you, I don't have your back at all. Seriously though, keep us updated if you see any other weird things
Yeah, that looks like the ghost of a woman
around your house. Number 5. Movement in the dark. 3 friends know this room is haunted and are determined to capture paranormal evidence on tape. They wait until late at night and turn out all the lights before making a supernatural request they soon regret.
Okay, ready? Hold on, let it focus. Will you please move this table?
Dude, it's still moving. Let's get out. Hold on.
While this isn't exactly the best paranormal evidence ever, it is enough to make you somewhat wonder. I think they were using a string or simply moving the part of the table you can't see with their hand, but if there really were only 3 people in the room like they claim, then this would be scary stuff to witness. Number 4. The basement steps. Paranormal moments were caught on live stream on February 3rd, 2021 by Sarah Sinister, an investigator who identifies as both a witch and an empath, and therefore has no problem communicating with the supernatural world. She positions a ball at the top of the basement stairs and steps all around it to show the ball will not move from someone walking by. Then she waits. When you zoom in, you can see the ball moves in place before going down the steps, getting kicked, she says. This could be a ghost or somebody crawling on their stomach so as not to be seen. Both seem equally possible from this angle. It's creepy, but there's not really enough evidence to tell if this video is paranormal or not. If only she had another camera set up at the top of the steps to prove this was real. Number 3. CCTV nightmare. MC Vlogs has been getting bad sleep lately and having what he believes to be paranormal dreams, so he sets up a camera over his bed. Late at night, the covers are pulled down by what he claims is a real ghost, though it could be someone off camera. Later,
That's
a
what I was
chair
thinking
moves
too.
on its own, followed by the top of someone's head.
Okay.
This is most likely someone he knows rather than a paranormal entity. The border around this video looks like a filter rather than a real CCTV system, which makes me think the video is planned. Number 2. The Fitness Phantom. Gym owner.
How do you explain the chair moving though? That there wasn't any string attached to it.
Kim Peterson always reviews the previous night's CCTV video out of habit. One opening shift, she is surprised to have caught a ghost on video, apparently going for a paranormal workout. The strange light continues to dance around from 2:20 a.m. to 4:14. Nearly 2 full hours of bizarre, unexplained, and possibly paranormal video evidence. Maybe it was a bug or a dust particle, but those are pretty odd hours, especially when you consider the majority of the ghost sighting video takes place at 3 a.m. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this man talking to a ghost? Emily is talking to a ghost, says her father. You can't understand much at first, but soon it becomes clear she's trying to convince someone not to talk to her anymore.
I'm a really girl that's named Emily. Okay? Ever don't scare me, okay? You're grown-ups now. Ever we don't.
She refers to them as a grown-up and looks up when she talks, which is strange because someone her age wouldn't typically think of an adult when they are playing with an imaginary friend. And if you need more proof that this is paranormal, ask the dog.
I could just call it Monster. Monster Life is just one forever. What are you? Real?
Well, allow me to answer for them. Yes, they are. Thanks for checking out this video.
I'm a bit skeptical about that one, because children have very active imaginations. And even if they're not seeing a ghost there, who's to say that her dad didn't coach her into saying all this for the camera? And as for the dog growling, I can get my dog to growl just by grabbing a part of her body that she knows that I'm signaling, hey, it's playtime. I can make her growl doing that. That's no big trick. Alright, next we got Sir Spooks. 9 scary videos you should not watch after midnight. Oh, well, look at that. It is well after midnight. Let's see, is that camera going to focus right there? It is not, and that's unfortunate. But anyway, it is 12:41 in the morning, so yeah, it's well after midnight. Gotta fix that up. Grab a stick of juicy fruit. Alright, before we start, need more water. Alright. Bow. Whoa. Let go.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 9 scary videos you should not watch after midnight. So, let's begin. Sophia Sophia is an unknown YouTube channel that has only ever uploaded 4 videos in the span of the past 11 months. But just because they are undiscovered doesn't mean their videos aren't creepy. Far from it, in fact. The channel owners venture out to a haunted train tunnel that is no longer in use. Years ago, a man named Spencer was killed there when the train he was working on was traveling too slow, and as a result, filled the cabin with carbon monoxide and ended up taking his life. Towards the end of the investigation,
That's sad.
the uploaders slowly making their way through the train tunnel, which is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The man filming asks any potential spirits in the area if there's anything they want to say, and then this happens. Although we can't hear for ourselves what the voice says, the uploader states that he heard a voice say, "I've been here for eternity," and "alright then." He then says that upon hearing this, he was absolutely frozen in fear and shock, and honestly, who can blame him? I think we all would if we heard a ghostly voice talking directly to us. Just a reminder to go subscribe to my new channel Spooky Hour and turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any new uploads. Link in the description. Just a couple of weeks ago, a popular paranormal and horror YouTube channel called Spooky Links shared a video online which seems to depict a doll behaving in a strange and unsettling manner. In the video, the uploader can be seen positioning the doll around at various angles, with the camera recording it at all times, just in case he captures anything worthwhile. During the 4-minute mark,
that
he
is
can
a
be seen
creepy
placing the
ass doll
down and walking off camera. But what he didn't know at the time is that the doll already did something truly bizarre and creepy. Take a look and see.
Right, what happened? How does her shirt crunch and move back? Strange thing here. Oh, that is creepy. The fabric on her shirt does not work like that. There is nothing pushing it out to be fully perfected in any way. If you indent the fabric, it stays that way.
The way the doll's shirt moves itself like that is definitely strange and unexplainable. There also doesn't seem to be anything nearby that would cause the shirt to do that. Spooky Links describes the incident as something out of a horror movie, and that seems quite fitting. You may remember from my last video a woman by the name of Sylvia C, who had a scary encounter with a potential spirit that seemingly threw a large kitchen knife across her room.
I remember that.
Hit her, and she survived to tell the tale. But unfortunately, Sylvia's experiences with the paranormal go back even further. In July of 2020, she uploaded a video where she is in her kitchen yet again, where she seems to be experiencing some strange things. Have a look and see.
Hi guys, I have to put the camera on. There's quite a bit of activity tonight in the kitchen. Just banging that cupboard door. you want me to do? Camera's moving now. Do you want me out of this house, or do you want me to stay? The pots are moving again. So, all the time, it just happens all the time. I don't know what to do.
Although Sylvia does do a very good job at keeping her cool and remaining calm while all this is going on, she obviously does sound quite freaked out and uncomfortable during these incidents. One commenter expressed concern for Sylvia, and she assures the viewer that she hasn't been harmed yet, and says she is going to move to a different house. However, seeing as how she has uploaded other paranormal videos quite recently, it is safe to say that she hasn't moved yet. Let's just hope that that changes soon.
Poor girl. I hate to be in a situation like that. You know, it's one thing to have a ghost haunt you. It's another thing entirely to have a ghost try to outright kill you.
The Monroe House, also known as the Demon House, is a creepy haunted location that many paranormal investigators have taken interest in over the years, and is located in Hartford City, Indiana. This video, published to YouTube by Diggs Paranormal Videos, is an excellent showcase of just how creepy and horrifying this place truly is for those that are brave enough to even enter. Not even a full minute into the video, we can hear something strange happen, followed by a quick sight of something moving in the frame. Take a look and have a listen.
Guys, I'm already tired. I don't know why. But we're gonna tough this out. What's that called? The menorah or something? Or the... Hey babe, what's that thing above... And yeah, I'd like kind of like above a baby stroller called that spins?
Mobile.
What?
Mobile.
A mobile, that's right. Got a self-spinning mobile here.
But perhaps the most chilling incident in this video happens during the last few seconds. Because this video is shot on one fixed area, and because the camera doesn't move around the entire house, it makes it harder to determine whether or not this is genuine paranormal activity or not. But the coin dropping, the umbrella moving, and the abrupt sound of a radio turning on are all strange enough occurrences to make you wonder. In July of 2020, a YouTube channel known as Terrifying TV uploaded a video that showcases an exploration of an allegedly haunted abandoned house at an undisclosed location. Right as soon as they enter the building, it is clear that it has certainly seen better days. There's rubble and debris thrown around everywhere you can look, and it seems as though it has definitely been abandoned for quite some time now. But just about 2 minutes into the investigation, one of the crew members hears something that unsettles her to the core.
doesn't it, in this place? Every room's been destroyed.
Dave,
What was that?
did you hear that?
Yeah, was it not you?
No. It was like a bang from in there.
I thought it was you walking.
No, it weren't me.
Was it not?
No.
In this place. Every room's been destroyed.
Dave.
In this place. Every room's been destroyed.
Dave.
What's that? Hello? Someone here?
After that point, the two investigators may think that what they heard was a fluke, but it's only a couple of minutes later in which the duo hear some other terrifying sounds that cause them to tread carefully.
Just sort of two look like gloves. Shit, me.
Oh
What was
my
that?
God. My torch just turned on.
What?
Like really bright.
It's not mine.
Oh God, yeah, it's yours. So actually freaked me out. I thought, what the hell, my torch just turned on.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was that thing moving or what? Sort of two look like gloves. Shit, me.
Oh my God.
Later on, when they are walking around and continuing to explore every area of the house, one of the investigators swears that she heard something come from right next to her.
There was another footstep, Dave, this time. It was right next to me in that room.
What's going on here?
There was another footstep, Dave, this time. It was.
What's going on here?
There was another footstep, Dave, this time.
This
I
is just
see it.
scratching the surface when it comes to some other creepy things. The terrifying TV encounter is just scratching.
Footstep, Dave, this time. It was.
What's going on here?
There was another footstep, Dave, this time. It was.
Okay, I'm not getting that good. Gotta really slow it down here. Do you see it? Right there. There's a figure right here looking at them through that little window.
There was another footstep, Dave, this time.
This is just scratching the surface when it comes to some other creepy things that terrifying TV encountered while exploring this abandoned house. So, if you are in the mood for a long paranormal investigation, I highly recommend this one. A user on Reddit going by the name ShoeMachine8492 shared a video to the popular horror subreddit Skinwalkers, which is a very good source for chilling videos related to potential sightings of the Navajo folklore witch-like creature. Snoo Machine says that he was out mushroom picking and heard something incredibly weird, which is when he decided to break out his camera and start filming it. So let's have a look and a listen.
Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
Yeah, I'd probably leave
If
too.
this is fake,
If I heard
if
that.
it's a human screaming, then it is definitely a very convincing hoax. In folklore, skinwalkers are known to make loud and disturbing screaming noises, so this definitely fits the bill. It is a little bit weird how the man filming does not sound freaked out by the ordeal at all. But maybe he was just trying his best not to sound overly worried or fearful. He does say that he wants people to comment if they have any ideas on what this sound could have possibly come from. So what do you think? Is this footage of a skinwalker screaming? Is it the sound of a Sasquatch? Is this a human being in immense pain? Or is this just fake? I'll let you decide.
There's a lot of possible answers, but either way, that's a creepy sound. That's a creepy
I
scream.
think it's time to go.
Gold Coast Paranormal uploaded this video in November of 2020, which sees them exploring an unknown abandoned psychiatric hospital, which proves to be quite terrifying, as you will soon see. The video in its entirety is quite interesting, and it is certainly a lot of fun to watch the crew explore this terrifying hospital. But by far the scariest incident happens around the 7-minute mark, as the group attempts to make contact with any potential spirits who may be in the area. And although they don't react to it, something does indeed seemingly make contact with them in a bone-chilling manner. Have a listen to this.
Where are you? Okay. Come to me. Come to me.
Oh, I heard that. Hi.
It is quite fascinating how the crew did not hear this voice calling out to them while they were there. But surely they were in for quite a scare when they got back and reviewed the footage at a later date. A man named Alex Nice uploaded the following video
That's
to
nice.
his YouTube channel because he is beginning to feel extremely creeped out and uncomfortable after seeing something terrifying outside of his window. The video in question is only a minute long and is being filmed from inside Alex's home through the window in the house. It appears to be very late at night at the time of the recording, and the footage we see seems to be from across Alex's house. So what could possibly be scaring Alex so much? Well, have a look and see for yourself.
That's either a very, very disturbed person that needs psychiatric help, or a friend of his pulling off a hoax. Oh my gosh. Look at his hands. They're bound together by handcuffs. He's an escaped prisoner. Yeah, look right there. There's the cuffs right there. He's trying to get the cuffs off of him.
At first, the strange person in the long coat and hat seems to be just standing very still with no movements. But then they start to move around in a strange and unsettling manner before the video abruptly ends. If this is real, then Alex hopefully called the police after he filmed this video. I think it's safe to say that most people would do this if they saw strangers staring at their window and moving around like that in the middle of the night. But if this is fake, then they honestly did a very good job of convincing us otherwise. No matter which way you look at it, this is a highly creepy piece of footage. A YouTube channel named Maximum Disclosure uploaded a very chilling and bizarre video to their channel on March 1st, 2013 that is sure to terrify you. In the description of the upload, it explains, quote, "This found footage was sent to us by a concerned partner who had rigged a spy camera up, worrying that his girlfriend was cheating on him. The footage that he caught turned out to be a whole lot more scary than infidelity." End quote. So without further delay, let's take a look.
That's creepy. No, we don't need the enhanced video. That's creepy enough as it was before.
This is without a doubt one of the creepiest things you can watch while you're alone at home. And it will also make you wonder, what was that? The shadow looming in the mirror would be enough to terrify anybody watching it. And so I can't even begin to imagine the boyfriend's reaction to seeing this clip for the first time, assuming all of this is indeed real. Because we never see anything off camera, and because the figure didn't appear to be 100% paranormal, we cannot say for sure if this video is authentic or not. But it definitely makes you wonder. What do you think?
It's at least
Is
creepy
this real
enough.
footage of a shadow person caught on camera? Or is this just a big hoax? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
No matter how you look at it, it is creepy.
And that was 9 scary videos you should not watch after midnight. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content.
Alright, next up. First video for tonight by Chills. 12 scary ghost sightings you won't believe.
I'm about to demonstrate why being skeptical of ghost sightings is not enough to spare you from having a paranormal encounter of your own. A paranormal channel called Love to Investigate has one of the creepiest ghost videos ever. A sighting that looks real and must have been terrifying for them to have caught on camera.
I don't like looking behind shower curtains, that just creeps me right out. Bathroom again. That's pretty cool, that is.
They are exploring a haunted mental asylum when the spirit of a former patient glares at them from the hallway. When they look up, it's leaving as she makes a comment about the smell.
That's pretty cool, that is. Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
The apparition has long black braids and wears a long dress that women had to wear at the mental asylum long ago. The paranormal investigator later comments that they had no idea they were being watched by the supernatural at the time. Had they known, they would have ran away in the opposite direction. An unexplained ghost sighting caught on camera by Chris Allen.
Just goes to show that ghosts are more afraid of us than we are of them.
Looks real enough to have me beyond creeped out. It looks like something small is underneath, or scarier still, someone, a ghost, is running their hand along the covers.
Where you at? I don't see you. There you are. What are you doing? Yo, this is so creepy.
It looks paranormal, but I'm suspicious because he never looks underneath to verify nothing's there.
My feet are over here, both of them. Look, both of my feet. This is
Yeah,
not
what
my feet.
what else
Somebody
could that
in
be
this
under
bed.
there though?
Yo, I'm getting out of the bed.
I really hope this is like a pet mouse or something, or else his bedroom is definitely haunted.
Yeah, I never thought about pet
Like a regular
mouse.
staircase. It's just not like where you can look directly all the way to the first floor.
A man knows his apartment building has a ghost in the stairwell.
It's a creepy place.
That was Seinfeld awkward right there. Just, it's a really creepy place. Oh, someone's walking in. Oh, actually, I got. Oh, someone's walking in. What the hell is that?
He nods politely at someone going downstairs. Time passes and then he notices something strange.
I haven't heard of exit though. That's the weird thing.
He saw someone enter, he heard them go down the steps, and yet they never leave.
Hello?
More weird sounds is the only response he gets. He seems like a different person in a video update 6 months later, much more cautious, like a lot has happened to him in the time since.
Creepy things have been happening here. And I know this place is definitely haunted.
This is where things get weird in a creepy way. The door he just came through is now open, and downstairs is a dark space that suddenly clears up.
What is that? I gotta look at that. That was a shadow figure.
When he goes to where the alleged shadow figure was, nothing's there. Here it is one more time, zoomed in at 22 seconds. I might see a small figure, but help me decide if it's paranormal or just my imagination. A YouTube channel called Secret Guides puts out this video in 2017, claiming it was video evidence of paranormal poltergeist activity sent to them by a subscriber who was living in a very haunted place.
See, this is what I get all the time. Do you hear that? The banging? I'm the only person in this flat right now. I don't even know where it's coming from.
They creep around their apartment as more weird things are caught on camera, each moment creepier than the last.
What the is that?
The scary noises won't cease, and now the television has turned on.
Where did that even come from? What is that?
A shadow figure silently slinks across the doorway,
Oh.
and when he goes into the next room to investigate, it's gone.
Definitely. Oh god, you saw that, right? That looked like a human. There's no one here.
I'm calling CG.
This creepy video looks convincingly paranormal, but when I emailed Secret Guides to find out more, he told me they've since discovered the video was fake. Apparently a second person was walking around making the knocking noises and turning on the television. As for the shadow figure sighting,
Green screen.
notice how they never checked this side of the room. Their friend must have been hiding in the corner where they never looked. I have no reason not to believe what he says, so I guess this video is really made up. If you see this video somewhere else, now you know the real story. An important lesson to take away from this video is not to be immediately fooled by a high-resolution ghost sighting. And don't feel bad if you were fooled, because I was too. A motorcycle vlog turns paranormal when a man
Glad I'm not like most people then, right?
in India goes exploring down a long haunted cemetery road. His dash cam refuses to focus as he rides past the cemetery gates. So strong is the paranormal energy, he thinks he made a big mistake coming down here, and based on what happens next, I'd say he was right. Their lights chance upon a lone figure wearing a dress. There's no reason for anyone to be on foot out here at this hour. No flashlight or any source of light. Minutes away from a haunted cemetery. The figure is not a tree and appears to be stepping first towards and then away from them. I suppose it could be a pedestrian, but like I said, why someone would be roaming this eerie place is anyone's guess. An ownerless shadow is in this alley. Moments later, a motorbike moves all by itself for almost 10 seconds before dropping hard. This incident is being mislabeled as a paranormal video as far as I'm concerned. Here's why. A strong wind blows through this drafty alley, so maybe a gust of wind popped up the kickstand and sent the bike in motion. Likewise, the shadow could be a result of this thing flapping overhead. Overall, I'm 50-50 on the legitimacy of this creepy moment, so help me decide if this bizarre street cam video is really paranormal.
See, here's the problem with that assessment there, Chills. If a gust of wind was that powerful enough to remove to lift up a kickstand, then why is this one still stationary? Why hasn't this one moved? And if you look real closely, you know, the kickstand is still down. The kickstand is still down right there. Explain that.
Randy films his cat taking a midday snooze when something creepy moves overhead. I would say this is just a particle of dust, except the cat sees it too and bolts upstairs like it's one of the scariest moments it's ever had in all of its 9 lives. Something makes the cat open its eyes. It senses something is wrong. Then an apparent ghost orb floats by, and suddenly the cat no longer wants to be in the same room anymore. Skeptics, I'm sure, will be quick to point out that the cat could have been startled by the camera. That's a good point, except cats usually don't run in fear from their owner. This cat seems to have felt the presence of something, a feline sixth sense of sorts, and it doesn't stick around.
I wouldn't either.
A person thinks they see something strange dash in front of their car late at night on a dark road. A playback of the tape has their suspicions confirmed by a totally bizarre dash cam encounter caught on video. A fleeting figure standing under a street lamp runs out and disappears way too fast to be a human. He claims this video is unexplainable paranormal evidence, but I suspect it might simply be a trick of the light, not exactly a lens flare per se, because there's no sunlight to reflect. Or maybe that is the right term, but you know what I mean. Basically a ray of light bending towards him to create the illusion of a phantom ghost. So while there is definitely a light anomaly, I'm not exactly sure it's paranormal. Tell me what you think he's caught on tape, because it might be a reflection and nothing more. A ghost sighting in Jacksonville, Florida, leaves one man certain he has evidence of the paranormal. A strangely human-shaped figure emits a strange glow. It could be pretty much anything from this far away.
Yeah,
Approaching
he needs to get
headlights
closer.
against a tree comes to mind, but he's adamant that it's not a tree. He's too scared to drive any closer, so the video ends. I can't be the only
What a
one who
shame.
wishes he would have gotten closer.
I
but
do
understand
too.
why he wanted to get the heck out of there. 99% of us would have done the same, and if not, then I guess you're braver than most. Does this sink need a plumber or a priest? Watch this video and tell me if this paranormal activity is real or just a creepy plumbing problem. There's no motion sensor on this sink, and yet the water somehow turns off on its own, like someone is standing right there. I want to know if this workplace bathroom is as haunted as Tom Cunnington claims. I did some research online, and it looks like it might just need a valve replacement, but I was hoping someone with plumbing experience could tell me if this was the case. If so, hopefully we can put Tom's mind at ease, because I think these scary moments caught on camera have been really freaking him out. This next strange and possibly real ghost sighting video occurred after hours at the Maranba Boxing and Sporting Club in Australia. One CCTV security
Australia.
camera
How you doing,
recorded this
Brendo?
glowing apparition walk out from the bathroom right towards some of the gym equipment and then abruptly head off camera. It's not a bug walking across the camera because the figure assumes a more solid human form as the moments pass. If this is a paranormal being, then I'm pretty sure it's no longer covered by a lifetime membership. All kidding aside, I think this ghost sighting might be real, and it seriously creeps me out.
It's
I've
good
got
footage.
a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and tap that follow button? Ghost hunters from number 1. 2 ghost hunters from a UK channel called Paranormal Hauntings go exploring an abandoned building called the Ye Old Harrow Inn, a place well known for paranormal activity. Investigating the front desk leads to this moment of spooky tranquility.
Just gonna turn that off. A minute.
Oh, there's one. Okay, here they all come. Here they all come.
Their camera has caught an abundance of orbs in this area. In this area alone, including one extra bright orb that outshines the rest, a spirit they claim. Dust covers everything they've been exploring in this abandoned place, so maybe that was it. The ghost hunters unpack their equipment and capture some rather scary EVPs on video. Something in the next room over speaks to them from the darkness.
That looks creepy.
I can see her. What the hell? Are you down the corridor?
A woman whispers to take her hand. Apparently, she's sitting in the doorway, watching, and maybe even reaching out for them. Exploring the tundra.
That was a creepy one. That was a really creepy one. Alright. Next, we got from King Frostmare. Scary videos that gave you nightmares. No, they didn't. How can videos give me nightmares if I haven't seen them yet? Your title is in the future, is being spoken in the future tense. Scary videos that gave you nightmares. You should title it Scary Videos That Will Give You Nightmares. I know I'm nitpicking, so I'll just shut up and watch the video.
Now we want to take a look at an older recording that was sent to me by Trent and that was supposedly captured by a couple of friends who were on their way to a buddy's house one Friday night. As per usual, they took a small road which was situated close to a forest area. Lately, there had been reports of unusual noises that can be heard at night. Perhaps it were those noises which had caused the group of friends to record that night.
Okay.
These guys are braver than me. Oh no, it's right over there. No!
Don't go closer.
They make it a bit into the forest to see if anything would appear on camera, or at least lead them towards the noises. Foolish, some would say.
Go ahead. More hoop again. My battery's going dead.
They didn't see anything to match those weird noises that night. At least that's what they thought at first. Yeah, people commented that it is perhaps just coyotes in the distance, but that it also sounds very similar to a hyena. But hyenas usually are not that loud. They took a couple of photos too, and one of them disappeared. Is it the source of all these noises? Perhaps. It could be an animal. It could also be a mysterious creature though. What are your thoughts on this?
It's the Joker.
The next video was captured by Nick Foster, who didn't really expect to capture anything out of the ordinary this particular evening. He states that he was walking his dog Poppy in the woods. She loves to chase squirrels and enjoys being out in the wild in general. However, at some point, it seems like the dog is sensing something, but Nick couldn't make out anything with his own eyes at the time, basically thinking nothing of it, since there are many noise sources around that oftentimes cause his dog to stop in its tracks. He also states that he's pretty certain nobody else was around. There seldomly is, especially in the evenings. Yet, there was something else with him. At least his camera says so. Let's take a look.
He's shown us this clip before. At least I think it was King Frostmare that did. It could have been Nuke's Top 5 that did it. I just remember seeing this clip before.
What?
Nick has a theory about what he has captured walking there in the background. He sees a soldier in a helmet and a trench coat, possibly from World War II, he states. Could that be? Others see an elderly person with a stick.
Yeah, that's what I see. Just an elderly person with a cane.
What else was that? Maybe a paranormal entity, an apparition. Hard to say. This video was sent by Maria, and she told me that it was recorded by a couple of friends from Rio Bueno, Chile. They were recording an abandoned old house in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, none of them had a good camera, so we have to accept that the video was recorded by Potato. Once they make it on the second floor, There is a really mysterious thing walking by at the end of the hallway. The tiny creature appears in the doorway.
Kind of looked like a dog at first.
Some say it could be a halfling. Others say it's the lower part of a manifestation. What do you think?
Then I get a closer look, and it's like it looks like a bowling pin head thing charging at them, or a wild turkey even.
The next video was uploaded by user Snyder Flores 2. He was out one night with his daughter, outside the village close to a town in Ecuador. They were on their way back home and passing through a rural park, and nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary at first. However, after a few seconds this changed. The father of the little girl noticed something behind her.
Más hermosa de todo este planeta.
You mean that?
Enojada.
You got this on the charger?
Y enojada.
Sure. I got one more video to watch after this one, and then I'll be in.
Oh, Mai. Algo se corrió detrás de ti. Devuélvete para atrás a ver qué es lo que fue. Yo te sigo. Por aquí se movió algo. Por aquí, por este árbol. Mueve las ramas. No hay nada, ¿no? Por aquí se movió, pero... Ven, vamos a buscarlo más acá. Por aquí.
It was a weird encounter indeed. Take a close look, as there seems to be a little kid behind his daughter in the bushes.
Yeah, I actually noticed that too. Another shadow kind of walks by over here.
It runs towards the right and is not seen or heard of after ever again.
Yep, right here. There's the shoes.
Strange.
There's a shadow.
Was the kid maybe waiting behind the pole here, creating the strange effect?
Yeah, there's his shirt. There's a shirt and everything. But more importantly,
effect. The pole here. Kid may be waiting behind the pole here.
What is this thing right here? That's the thing that I've been looking at the whole time.
Creating the strange effect.
But yeah, as for this thing with the kids and all that, that's fake.
Look at it. Something must have used it just moments before. Was it maybe a paranormal incident? Other viewers suspect that the shadow person in the background might have something to do with it even. Can we confirm that? Of course not. But who knows? Maybe there was something mysterious going on. How creepy.
But you know, at the same time, if there was a kid right here in the bushes, then its shadow would appear right here, like it did when it first popped into the screen. See, watch, the shadow will appear right here.
The following video was
gets
sent
to show
in
it.
by Thomas, and it was supposedly recorded
I don't
by
know,
two
that was a
security
weird
guards
one.
who felt the need to share the following on Reddit.
I'm
It is
50-50 on that
said
one.
They were
Yeah, perfect
controlling
50-50.
several of the CCTV monitors that are hooked up to different cameras around the empty hallways and rooms of a building they are protecting. Something rather interesting caught their attention one night, and they thought it was a prank at first. However, nobody else seemed to be on the premises at the time, so they were quite a bit baffled.
Yep, this one. The mummy on a hoverboard. That's what I call it, the mummy on the hoverboard.
There certainly is a strange object hovering over the ground. It looks almost humanoid, but it's really hard to say what exactly that thing is. It has been captured by yet another camera, though.
I don't know, I'm still kind of skeptical about that one.
To the naked eye, it does look transparent, a wispy shape one could say, but nobody will ever know what exactly went down that night. Mysterious. The following video was sent to me by uploader Xavier6909, and it features a terrifying shadow apparition that he could capture on video one day. Xavier is the owner of a house in which he does not live, but strictly uses it for storage. Once in a while, they also use it for band practice. He says that many creepy things have been happening in there, that people see and hear things that do lack any kind of explanation. Apparently, those things even happened during band practice. They had to stop several times in the past when hearing weird noises, and members of Xavier's group saw somebody walking behind him, when nobody else but them was there at the time. One day, he started recording to document some water damage that had been taking hold of two of the rooms in there. And while he was walking through the rooms, something was coming through the basement door and looking down the hallway at him.
I saw something, I think.
You may have missed it right now, but before we take another look, let's take a peek at the basement door just moments after this incident. Check out the basement door at the back. Nothing is obstructing it, nor is there any items placed. Right? So the view should be clear, just like the way we see it here. However, when Xavier pans the camera for the first time, there is a black object coming out of that door. Coincidentally, he thought he might have heard some strange noises at the time, stemming from the kitchen.
That's not what I saw the first time, but I see it now.
Something is clearly peeking out of that door, but what is it? Xavier also mentions that this thing seems to be morphing, and I agree. Maybe that's even more proof that he is dealing with a paranormal entity here. He's asking for your help and hopes to find some ideas in the comments. So, if you have some good suggestions, please share. I definitely think there's more going on with this house. Thanks for watching, guys.
Not bad. Alright. We're down to one last video, guys. "11 scary videos you weren't meant to see." Okay. Last video of the night, guys. Let's do it.
This top 11 list has scary videos that you were never meant to see, and the events shown are simply terrifying. So there's this paranormal video called Ghost Watch that's supposed to be really scary. One of the scariest things people had ever seen at the time. When it first aired on live television in 1992, Ghost Watch was quickly pulled from syndication for reasons I'll get into in just a moment. But suffice to say, you were never meant to see this video because what they caught on live TV was too scary. Only thanks to the internet has the video resurfaced, and it's beyond creepy, especially what supposedly happens to you when you watch it. Ghost Watch follows a family in the English town of Northolt and all of the creepy paranormal things they encounter in their small home. They even have a name for the ghost, Pipes, because that's what it sounds like sometimes. Pipes hissing and banging in the walls.
Stay where you are, please. Sarah, stay there, please.
On live television, she is talking about drawings.
Some kids' pictures weren't here before.
One of the pictures moves on its own, and this is far from the only time the poltergeist has thrown around pictures.
Incredible noises coming from the walls and from the ceiling. Ah! Oh. Kimmy? Kim? Did you do something?
Soon, people are repeatedly calling in to report ghost sightings of Mr. Pipes, and what's scary is all of the descriptions seem to match. Do you believe what he says?
We're still getting calls about that shadowy figure that was seen in the haunted bedroom, or people think they've seen in the haunted bedroom. Now, what's really weird is these are all tallying with the description. We're still getting calls about that shadowy figure that was seen in the haunted bedroom, or people think...
I believe him because Mr. Pipes' shadow figure sightings are still being posted to this day. For example, when this mirror moves on its own, it reveals a haunting figure that doesn't look like a member of the camera crew to
right there.
me. The face in both
I saw that
Mr.
before
Pipes'
too.
sightings looks the same. Eventually, the mother peels the covers back and finds her Suzanne to be in a catatonic state.
Susie. Stop it! Stop it, Susie!
It looks bad, but when she snaps out of the trance, you'll quickly wish she went back into it. She recites Little Red Riding Hood, an interesting story to choose. It's about somebody consuming and assuming the identity of another person when you think about it. In this respect, Suzanne's relationship with Mr. Pipes is very similar to the wolf in relation to the grandmother. Anyway, as if this weren't enough, the backstory behind this video is even scarier. The producer years later admits that yes, this show was fake, but that might have been a legal strategy for some pending cases. Apparently, people watching this had mental episodes, and nobody will say what they did. It could be a result of suggestion, or it could be Mr. Pipes taking them over. And with that said, keep in mind that you've seen Mr. Pipes twice in this video, so maybe you'll be having an encounter with him yourself very soon.
Yeah, the production crew claims it was faked, but all this, it just, I can't believe that. I can't believe that they faked this. I can't.
Orange orbs is how one witness describes this unexplained video of lights spotted in the sky. Posted on January 16th, 2021, the bizarre sight was caught on Snapchat video hovering over the Bronx. What looks to be a starlit sky is anything but, as the...
I think that's the first time I've seen a video where someone involved claims that it was faked, but I don't believe it.
These mysterious stars start shifting in one direction as a single unit. I thought I heard creepy sounds coming from the sky too as it passes, but I think it's traffic.
Those things are orange. Look at them. Next to each other. They literally fly next to each other. They orange in color. They look like stars. Look at that. It's a triangle.
When you connect the points together, you can see he is right. The mysterious lights do seem to form a bizarre triangular shape in the sky. This observation makes me suspect that this strange sighting could be a government experiment. The outline looks like the same shape as the fabled Aurora project. But why the designers would put large visible lights on a stealth aircraft doesn't make sense, so that must not be what this is. The person recording is stunned beyond belief and turns to some strangers to talk about the encounter.
You guys know what that is? See that? Yo nunca he visto eso. Es una cosa anaranjada en triángulo. Mira cómo vuelan. No hacen sonido.
2 seconds later, the lights mysteriously change color, and one of them goes away completely. They continue hovering over a building for some time, and then the video ends before we get a chance to see if it lands or what. I'm not sure what to make of this mystery, and neither is anyone else who watched this video. Information is tight, and I couldn't find any other videos, but one person living in the Bronx says there were actually 5 points in the sky when they saw it. Another person claims to have seen the same thing 7 years ago in Virginia. But like I said, there's no video evidence besides this. The way the lights change colors makes me wonder if this is a drone. Apparently drones must have different color lights to indicate when they are changing directions according to the law. So people could be piloting them in a formation from the top of the building. Or maybe we've just been visited and now they're here. A garbage man in New York City leaked this video online to show us a scary side of the industry that we were never meant to see. He needs to pull this dumpster down an alley to the garbage truck. Most of us would walk right up and grab the handle, but the veteran worker does something important first.
Checking for homeless people.
He kicks the dumpster and waits. That's because out here you can get surrounded by a mob of rats. If you walk up to their territory without giving them a heads up, kicking makes them scatter away.
Come on, bro. Come on. Get your stuff together and get out of here. Get all your boys. Tell all your boys, let's go. Yeah?
This dumpster must not have much food in it because only a few run away, instead of dozens like normal. Now comes the hard part.
Now we're going to attempt to move the can.
He gives a sharp tug and lets go. When nothing confronts him, he proceeds. He gets halfway down the alley when something creepy decides to make his day twice as difficult.
Still. Come on, bro. You gotta go. Can't go back in there.
This one is smaller than the rest, but it's stuck around longer than the others and seems twice as territorial. It starts to run away and then it gets another idea. I'm not sure if he fell over or dropped the camera, but the rat, scared and caught up in the moment, jumped straight at him. It looks like an aggressive move rather than just trying to get away. That rat did not want to give up its
No, he
dumpster.
didn't.
This is why garbage men are paid more than teachers. Jokes the top comment of this video. I'm not sure if this statement is true, but after seeing this video, do you agree with it or not? And if this is how crazy just one rat acts, imagine how scary it would be to get chased down an alleyway by a whole swarm of them. Talk about a tough and thankless job. Trevor, aka Hitch, has a live stream channel where he travels all across the country meeting new people. The only problem is the people he meets aren't always alive. He's staying overnight at a hotel that's supposedly haunted when scary things happen to him. The kind of stuff the hotel's owner would probably never want you to see because it would be bad for business.
I've never seen anything that can be explained. I've never heard anything that could have no explanation.
He is in the middle of talking about how he's never experienced a scary moment that couldn't be explained.
And I'm doing stuff where people, I think people would be like, you'd be very...
When suddenly some weird things caught on live stream leave him laughing uncontrollably with fear. I think he's laughing to cover up an intense sense of panic. A vein is about to bust out his forehead with adrenaline, suggesting his fight or flight instincts were triggered and he was gearing up for conflict. This was not someone in his hotel room because, unless I'm mistaken, he wasn't sharing a room with anyone in this video. He was staying all by himself when the lights turned on. I guess he could have asked a random person to help him make a ghost video, but his response seems genuine, so I don't think this moment is made up. I will say as a counterpoint that many other scary live stream moments like this have turned out to be fake though, so I'm not claiming this was 100% real.
Yeah, I agree.
Really weird,
I'm calling this one
freaked out.
50-50.
Tell me if you think he was really staying in a haunted hotel that night. I think he was. After all, when you travel to different places all over the country, it's only a matter of time before one of them ends up being haunted. 9 out of 10 people do not immediately notice what's wrong with this handshake, so allow me to show you where to look. Trust me, you'll be sorry that I did.
Give me your hand.
It's
This is
inverted.
someone's right hand, and yet they're on the left side. Also, look at their fingernails. They're facing the wrong way. How
They're
can this
inverted.
be? The answer
Oh.
isn't pretty. The condition is called hypermobility. Though the phrase double jointed is commonly used, it's mostly genetic, meaning you are either born with this unusually large range of movement or not. Only 20% of people have it, though typically not to this degree, and there's no way for the rest of us to gain this talent, if you want to call it that, so don't even try to practice. Like most people, watching this video makes me feel like my fingers are going to fall off. Tell me if you would be able to shake the hand of someone with hypermobility while they were doing this. I mean, it's creepy, but also kind of cool. On December 6th,
that's a way to put it.
the Longmont Observer in Colorado released video evidence of a weird paranormal orb in their office that they feared could be a real ghost sighting. Notice the way the singular orb mysteriously changes colors as it moves towards the camera. The last I checked, dust doesn't create this kind of strobe light effect. Also at 3 seconds, the tracking software detects the object's movements and puts a motion box around it, which I think it has been specifically programmed not to do with dust particles. This kind of looks like an air vent, so maybe this was a piece of dust that got jettisoned when the AC turned on, but I'm pretty sure these are fluorescent lights, so that can't be it. The point is, the Longmont Observer says in clear words that this is an office ghost and they make no mention of dust as a news publication. I'm sure they thought long and hard as to whether or not they should release this video to the public, since any statements about believing in the supernatural could harm their journalistic integrity. With that said, I'm glad they made this video public and said that they were certain it was a ghost. Now the question is whether or not you believe this encounter is paranormal. It looks weird, but personally I am not sure. The Mikey Mike channel encounters a
I'm leaning real, but you know, again, skeptic part of me is like, I'd say maybe like 70 real, 30 fake.
Bizarre sighting in the clear blue sky that leaves him freaked out. The creepy moments were also caught on dash cam, so we can have a look too.
Whoa.
What the hell? Where the f did that just come from?
A bolt of lightning touches down on a sunny day, no rain, hardly any clouds in the sky, and the few hanging around have not even a touch of gray.
There's no clouds here. Look, no clouds. Like it just came from space.
Mikey can't shake the feeling that he's seen something he was never meant to see. This video got me curious, and I was able to find a second one like it, half as long and twice as weird.
Oh, I hope I got that time. I don't know if I did or not. It's in the corner over here.
At 1 second, a flash of lightning touches down without intersecting with a cloud at all. It seems to just literally come out of the blue. I looked up what this was and came across a term called dry lightning that I have heard before but never really studied in depth. This is a name for what happens when precipitation evaporates really Is my house haunted? Writes a user named BB5432 on the haunted subreddit. This paranormal
I'm just gonna skip the rest of them that don't appear to be paranormal.
Cam across the street, who later showed it to her out of concern. It doesn't look like much at first, but there's actually a lot of creepy things going on in this video that you might not see.
Oh, I see it.
Let's start with the basics. The Reddit poster claims her house was completely dark when these mysterious, unexplained lights started flashing all around the door. The television in the living room was not on, she says, and even if it were on, it's facing the opposite way at an angle that would not create this effect at all. Whether or not to believe her is up to you. I do, because the flashing seems too bright for a television and takes up the whole window at times. Nobody would watch a television screen that bright because it would undoubtedly hurt to look at for that long. And at 25 seconds, the creepy light grows even brighter and does not subside until the video ends. BB5432 later posted, she has no further reason to think their house is haunted, but still struggles to explain what this was if not a ghost. She adds the same thing happened to her years ago. The same neighbor.
It's a film projector that's... The screen is on the other side of the door, and it's projecting shots from the opposite side It's a film projector trick.
We're showing her and her husband lights in their door, and nobody could figure it out then either. Someone said they should check the electrical wiring in that room, which I agree is a good move. But other than that, everyone else says this is super weird, and even she has to admit she's creeped out. There's also one more weird thing that I wasn't even going to mention, except she saw it too. A shadow figure in the doorway. You can see it whenever the lights go down, but it's probably most apparent at 4 seconds. I took a still image and zoomed in. Here it is with no special effects whatsoever. The outline of a shadow figure looking out the window. Tell me if you can see it too. I'd say that house is haunted. If that's not a resident. Everyone knows computers are getting better at reading us every day, but few people know how terrifying the technology has quickly become. As of today, computers know us well enough to predict our next moves before we even realize it, but now they're going one step further and literally scanning our minds. So they get hooked up to this helmet of electrodes and study a set of people's faces for 2 hours, roughly the same amount of time it would take to get to know someone long enough to form a strong temporary memory of them. After that, they are asked to recall the faces they've been studying. Not draw them, mind you. Just think about them in as much detail as they can remember. While they were studying the faces, a computer program was studying their thoughts. With it, the San Antonio Cemetery in Texas could be one of the scariest places in the world to go exploring if this video is real. A ghost hunter from the Paranormal Journal stands in total darkness when some creepy things are caught on camera, and despite the lack of light, what he experiences is downright terrifying. His paranormal equipment detects movement, and then a single word crackles across the spirit box in an odd, staticky voice. He never shows us exactly where he positioned the motion detection equipment, so it could be detecting his movement or a gust of wind for all we know. But
That's
here's something
possibility.
weird. If you look closely, there is a strange phantom light at 29 seconds, the same moment that the motion detection alarm goes off, that soon fades away.
It looks like a cell
I would say
phone.
there's another investigator, but I think that he might have been exploring the haunted cemetery all alone that night. If so, I have no idea what this light is, and even if it was a member of his team, that still doesn't explain the odd voice moments later that says hello. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds?
Hey, what the... Okay, not sure what that was. That was weird.
Number 1. This video might not seem like much at first until I tell you the ultra creepy backstory behind it. The strange sighting was
space
spotted
turd
in the sky in 2017 by an observatory in Hawaii. The Harvard science community announced that this looks like a different size and shape than any other asteroid, and that based on the way it moves, it might not be from our solar system at all.
Looks very different from objects that we have found. There seems to be an extra force that is pushing it, and it's not clear what this push is.
The object moved like no other asteroid or comet we have ever encountered before, accelerating at times as if controlled. One official report even goes so far as to suggest this is a probe sent to our planet from another civilization. This is a screenshot from the official report by Harvard researchers, and yes, I recommend taking a look for yourself. So look at this tiny little blip in the sky once more. I bet it looks a lot scarier than it did before now, that you know it was something that we were never meant to see. I'm about to demonstrate.
Yeah, interesting one to end it on, that's for sure, but a bit of a lackluster ending compared to what I'm trying to get at with wanting to watch paranormal videos. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Give that big thumbs up. You just punch that like button. I don't know. Like the video, comment down below, and go check out my buddy Prendel Jr. He's almost at 700 subscribers. It's big. It's huge for him. So go check him out. Go leave him a sub, and subscribe to my channel as well, because my channel's growing pretty quickly right now. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.